you so much for coming in. We always appreciate it.
Thank you. I love being here with y'all.
We'll see.
Thank you, V. You helped me out with so many of my life problems.
All right, we're Skull and Bones Radio. We'll be right back with a little drama on Skull and Bones Radio.
Hey, go somewhere. I'll probably kill you.
Skull and Bones Radio. Stand by. Message incoming on Skull and Bones Radio.
Here at Skull and Bones, we're kind of like pirates. And just like pirates, we are rebellious, adventurous, and infamous. We are loud-mouthed, arrogant, and march to the beat of a different drum. We do things how we want, when we want, and talk about what we want. We are Skull and Bones Radio. Welcome back to the show.
I like that bed, too.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Kind of really southern vibe.
Yeah, no groovy. No more rock new.
All right, well, we are Skull and Bones Radio, skullandbonesradio.com, iHeartRadio.
Social media,
Skull and Bones Radio on Twitter, Skull with one L. Make sure we get that in there real quick for Mick.
On Twitter. Specifically on Twitter. Everything else has two L's.
There you go. A little bit confusing, but you'll find us. All right, so we mentioned before the break, a little bit of drama, not really so much drama, but something came up in my living habitat. Mm-hmm. I thought I would get you guys' input and on the situation.
Fire away, baby.
So, I have a roommate. I have a few roommates. My roommate who lives right next door to me, he's a cool guy. I can't say enough good things about him. However, there is one thing that he does that he's gotten really good at doing, apparently, that I don't know how to bring it up to him. I don't know how to say, hey, man, can you do this or can you do that? And so he's got this girl he's been seeing, and when it's time for hanky-panky time and it's party time. Yeah, he's told me before, he's like, yeah, man, I'm really good at going out and going down on a girl.
What does he mean by that?
He just, goes down for some, I don't know what goes down on a girl. What's
tongue action?
Tongue action, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
So he's gotten to where when I'm in bed, come midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, like I said, he bragged about how good he is at going down on a girl. I will hear the girl right next to his room is right next door to me. I will hear her moaning for all hours of the night.
Oh, no.
So I'm sure he's going down on her. He's doing the deed with her. And, I crack my window because, I like to keep it cool.
Right.
And I hear her just moaning away, and, I hear the bed kind of creaking. And he's in there doing his thing while she's just kind of going to town. I mean, she's just moaning.
Jesus. Oh, and this is like, and you got to be up early in the morning for work.
Yeah.
And so they're going all throughout the night doing this with no respect to you.
No.
Oh, that's messed up.
And there was one weekend where I'm like, okay, cool, dude's going to be up at this time, so let me beat him to the shower. So I go to shower, I do my thing, and then when I get out, it's around 10:30 by the time. It must have been on the weekend. But it must have been about the time that he gets up and gets ready. Him and his girl, they hop in a shower.
Together.
And I get ready, I start to walk down to make my breakfast, and I hear her moaning again.
No way, really?
Yeah. And I hear, on the shower walls, you can hear like the slipping, the sliding. It's like almost like the sound.
Oh no!
Yeah,
That's
she's
nasty.
moaning. I'm like, all right, well, and I know what dude's doing in there.
That's a little disrespectful to you and the roommates, right? Because then you guys got to go.
Is it? Is it kind of his thing where he's like, hey, I pay rent here too, or?
Yeah, but he's going to be probably dropping some load on the. I'm sure he's not trying to impregnate her.
That's another good point I didn't even think about.
So and what I ain't trying to go too far with this. But what if he got an STD, bro, and and now he's dripping his STD-ridden, jizz on the bottom of the shower? What if you step on that next time?
This is his girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope he knows where she's been.
Well, I don't
know. Am I overreacting? Should there be a common courtesy thing? Is it a thing?
I think there has to be a common ground, right? We know this is going to happen, but you just have to come to an understanding. If it's bothering you. You have to just say something about it and come to a common ground, and maybe a compromise, even though...
It's not like I'm not being reasonable. It's like, if it's like, just here and there, I'll wake up, okay, turn my head, go back to bed. But it's a consistent, she's moaning, they stop, bed, doing whatever, they start moaning and moaning. It's like...
I would just give him a gift, and that gift is a paper bag.
Now, hold up, does she pay rent there? Does she live there?
No.
So technically, So a girl who doesn't even pay rent there nor lives there is kind of taken away from your ability to live there in Pleasanton.
And I'd like to think, I'm pretty reasonable about it. And the only reason why I am bringing it up is because, I heard him in the shower with her.
Well, obviously it's becoming a problem or you wouldn't be bringing it up on the show. So my thing is, if he was doing it in the shower, man, okay, a couple things. One, I'd be like, bro, if you're going to do this, can you please just like bleach the whole thing afterwards? I have no idea where your girlfriend's been, and I'm pretty sure she's probably slept with dudes before you. And STDs, man, sometimes they don't show up for years. Thank God I've never had one, but I've done a lot of medical studies
Mick,
on these.
If you've ever had that conversation with your roommate, they're going to slap you in the balls if you're talking about their girlfriend that way. Yo, your girlfriend has been around the block. Bleach the shower.
Hey, I'm not going to say she's been around the block, but I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, did you pop her cherry? You've been the only dude with her? If the answer is no, I need you to do me a solid.
You're a hoe.
She once was a hoe.
Looking for revenge. Where's it at, Matt?
Hold on. What?
Looking for revenge.
Get your ass, man.
Well, so that's what I would say. I'd be like, bro, just can you please just be a kind and courteous roommate?
Maybe there's a way I could politely bring it up, like, hey, man, like, I don't want to be a a-hole about it, but
I just need you to bleach the whole shower.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that he's in his room and that he pays rent on. But he's having sex.
Do you even care about the shower, Jean? I feel like you don't.
I didn't even think about it until Mick brought it up.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just, hey, I'm having a hard time sleeping. You got to bring up the logical points, right? I'm having a hard time sleeping because of the noise. Now you got to expect his counter argument, right? Which is going to be like, here's earplugs, my bruh.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you guys what, though. I had a girl over, and but she started being a little bit loud.
Okay.
And, I put my mouth over, I kind of just put my hand over her mouth to kind of shh. And she got mad at me.
So you're trying to be a respectful roommate,
Yeah.
and then now you're getting it on both ends.
She got mad at me. She's like, "Are you effing serious?" And I'm looking at it from his perspective. I'm like, well, dang, what if she gets mad at him?
Oh, you know what I would do then? This is looking for revenge. This is what I would do. What I would do is I'd have that girl come, whoever that girl was that you had come over, and I'd give her the bombest sex in the world that I ever could do. I'd have sex toys galore, and I'd have her screaming. I'd have her singing like Whitney Houston all throughout the night, and I'd make sure that his punk ass gets to stay up all up through the night and make sure that he loses sleep before he goes to work. That way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
I was just going to say, Mick is right. It's competition time, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Seriously.
You think it's like almost like my parking war situation?
I think so. I think it's time for competition. She goes one night, hey, baby, what you doing tonight? You got to be over here. And then you just go to town.
Should I take that approach first?
Hell yeah, dude. You should have her. And here's do it so hard. Don't escalate it. Don't try to, don't do little increments at a time. Just hit her all you got. Have her singing right off the bat. And I will always love you.
And wait on the wall.
Yeah, dude. I'd be like, bam, bam, bam. Even extra noises, bro. I'd be like thumping on walls. I'd be stomping my feet on the ground.
Yeah.
I'd do all kinds of.
How many feet do these people have?
I'd be getting her all over the place.
I like that idea. I feel like I saw that in a movie too. And
it's an original idea, baby. Don't be credited no damn movie. I just came up with that.
I feel like that was the movie was Russell Brand where he goes to dude goes to Hawaii to get away from his girlfriend. She's there. Remember?
Oh, I do remember. Okay, yeah, maybe you got to credit some of that, but I saw that. But that was 10 years ago. I saw that movie. So don't count.
All right, so maybe
that was a fun night.
Yeah, it was. So I'll take your guys' advice on that and see where it goes. Hopefully, we can kind of squash that, nip it.
Well, okay, if you're doing competition mode, you ain't gonna nip it in the bug, bruh. Yeah. You guys will be pissing off your other neighbors because you will have some screamers on your hands. Yeah. So if you want to do it professionally and nice. Then I'd say you just say, "Hey, I'm having a hard time sleeping."
Hey, man. Hey, bro.
No, don't. That's like saying, "How have you been?" Like the last segment we did. Just, "Hey, I'm having a hard time sleeping. I've noticed that your girl is screaming. Is there any way, when you're in, 5 feet away from my ear, you can help brother out?"
Common courtesy, man. That's all it is.
Or just playing this segment.
Well, it's funny though, because like we were just talking about common courtesy. Speaking of roommate etiquette or whatever, like I'm sure we could all agree with this. But one thing I always hated about roommates, whether it was in the barracks or even when I was having some roommates before I became homeless and all that stuff. But people who get you sick. You know what I mean? When people got a cold or a flu, and sometimes you really can't tell because they're really good about not coughing. and you just think they're fine. You're walking by, you're chatting with them, and all of a sudden there comes that sneeze or there comes that cough, and like you in that like within that 5 feet vicinity of them, and anytime they sneeze or cough, that stuff gets pushed out a good 20 feet around them or in front of them, and you catch it, and the next thing you know, you sick. I couldn't stand that stuff.
I feel like I hear where you're coming from. Sometimes I feel like you are super like dramatic and hypersensual. Is that a word? Hyper kind of.
You talking about me particularly?
Yeah.
I got a weak immune system.
Like there have been times where I drink my water. I'm like, you're like, bro, you sick? Like, no, man, I swallowed my drink and went down the wrong pipe. But I know what you're saying in the sense of like courtesies. If you're sick, just stay in. Don't be around people. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're getting other people sick.
No, I'm with, even
cool.
at the Super Bowl earlier when we was watching it, man. That lady was just down the road from us, man. In fact, I remember, that's why I asked you to scoot over a good like 10 feet. You know what I mean? Because she was coughing up a storm. Man, she had something bad. I could tell, and it wasn't even all that long ago. It was like last weekend or the weekend before. I don't know. It was not that long ago. But another buddy of mine. You know what I'm saying? He didn't tell me he was sick, and he was like, "Hey, we haven't seen each other in a while. Let's meet up." I'm like, "All right, cool." We meet up, and he got me sick and another buddy of mine deathly ill. The dude's still bedridden to this day. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, my Obamacare ain't working, so I don't have the money to go pay for a doc and all that. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there. So we were talking about roommate etiquettes and friend etiquettes, I guess, in general.
Man, I mean, we work in a workplace where we share kind of workspaces and. Whether it's an office, a studio, there's a lot of people that rotate through there. And as soon, and there's microphones. So as soon as someone's sick, it's like, are you sick? Can you wipe it down? Did you wipe it down before you leave the equipment? Just because you don't want germs to get past.
But but on that note though, I have encountered where like when someone's sick, I'm like, hey dude, I can't get sick right now. I got some major stuff coming up, so I got to like be 10 feet away from. It's like they get offended.
Yeah.
You ever notice that, Matt? You ever notice that when people be getting sick and it's like you're like, hey, bro, I got to keep my distance. Like they actually get offended that you can't be like right next to them and then coughing and breathing on you.
I was gonna say no, but I actually thought of a story where I had a sore throat. Like I sounded like a hooker.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
I was literally like, do you remember this, John? I was like, hey, what's up? Like, it was bad.
Oh, Jesus.
I did not feel sick, but it was one of those weekends where there was a lot going on at work.
Yeah.
I think the other guy was out, so I couldn't skip out on mornings. And people were like, one of our morning shows was making fun of me because it was right before Christmas break, and they were all like, they didn't even want to call me in for the technical problem they were having because they're like, no, don't touch. Literally, I fixed something on the computer, and then he's like, thank you very much. Got the wipes out and started wiping it all down. I'm like, bro, it's just a cold thing. Too much, sucking.
Now, were you sick, or I thought you just had a long weekend?
Well, I probably was sick. I don't know. I just felt. It wasn't a head cold. It just felt like it was an isolated throat thing.
Yeah.
That's a technical doctor term. So I didn't feel like it was necessary to stay home, but I'm also a workaholic. When I should stay home, often I do not. Because I'm like, I'm 100% man. I can do this.
I think that's all those people that have that mentality, though, like, I ain't going to stay home. And then they get me sick, dude. It's like, Jesus. Especially when they catch you and like, oh, let's hang out, bro. We haven't seen each other let's catch up. All right, cool. Then you show up and like, oh, yeah, dude, I was just in the hospital last night because I couldn't breathe. And I have like stage 5 pneumonia.
Flu.
Yeah, I have like stage 5 pneumonia. I could die any day.
They show up with like the paper towel, the napkin, just coughing into it.
Yeah, dude, it's like, oh, bro.
Shake your hand or hug you.
It's like, bro, was that like specks of blood on that napkin that you just coughed into?
They're like, oh, you got fries. Can I have one? It goes for it.
Oh, dude, and the worst one, oh, God, you ain't like, one, going back to that blood thing, actually, it's like, they cough, it ain't nothing but a thing. I ain't really that bad. It's like, bro, you can cough it up blood. And then you're right, and there's like, oh, was that French fry? You get your French fries, and it comes out before their food, so they're like, oh, let me have some of that. I'm just going to try some. And then it's like, bro, now I don't even want my food. But then the one I hate the most is when you get a drink, and they're like, and they don't even ask, bro. They just snag it from you, and they're like, they'll just sip on it. It's like, okay, well, thanks, dude. Now it's yours. I guess can we transfer that to your tab?
I wonder what kind of friends you have that do that to you.
Oh, messed up ones. I'll tell you that.
You must not have their respect.
Apparently not, bro. Nobody respects me around here, anyways. That's what I've kind of noticed.
That's just god awful.
Nobody ever respects me. Matt, do you respect me?
Yes.
Okay, that's a big no. There was a big awkward pause before that too.
Cool. That means we missed
respect you, Mick. I love you.
We missed our punishment bit.
Oh, well, before we do end this thing, we got to say, hey, if you got any birthday shout-outs or just shout-outs to your lady, to your boss, whoever, hit us up on our social media, baby. Skull and Bones Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
All right, have a good night.
Can I say sexy bitches? Or
yeah,
bitches?
Dude, say something
Okay.
like there's some sexy mother mofos or something.
Okay.
Let's stick with bitches.
What's up? This is Sergio Gutierrez from the Clay Colton Band, guitar player in San Diego. You know, when I get lonely and I need a little loving and I need some sweet, sweet talk, I tune in Skull and Bones Radio. Those guys rock. They're sexy bitches.